For the last 20 years, I have led and supported expeditions and races throughout Arctic environments. From the North Pole, South Pole, Sweden, Norway, Greenland and Siberia. Just over 10 years ago, I knew that I wanted to create a race that would capture that spirit of adventure and test the limits of human endurance here in the UK. And thus, the Spine Race was born, and quickly it became one of the most notorious foot races on the planet. But now, we are taking that spirit of adventure and pushing it to the next level by designing a new challenge coming in 2024 in one of the most extreme environments on Earth. So this is the Arctic Spine. This is an expedition with a twist. It's also a race.
The full Arctic Spine Race starts in Abisko in northern Sweden and runs 293 miles all the way to Hemavan further south.
There are 3 checkpoints on the route. Each checkpoint you will get a resupply of food and fuel, but you must sleep outside in your tent. And you're going to have 192 hours to complete. That's given you 8 days to get to the finish. It's a choice between using skis or snowshoes. You'll be pulling a pulk or you'll be carrying a backpack. Either way, you'll be carrying everything you need to complete the race.
Like with any spine race, the clock never stops. These runners will be under pressure the entire time. While they're putting up their tents, while they're preparing their food, they could easily be overtaken by another team. They are racing in everything that they do.
So you can enter this race as a solo competitor if you have the experience, or in a team. Teams of 2, 3 or 4 will count.
The Arctic Spine Challenger also starts in Abisko. That's 129 miles running all the way down to Kvikkjokk.
You have 84 hours to complete that. That's 3.5 days. There's only 1 checkpoint there. You will get a resupply at that checkpoint, and the team there will give you hot water, but you sleep outside as well.
Runners in the Arctic Spine Race can expect 2 extremes from the environment they're going to be passing through. They can expect some of the most breathtakingly beautiful scenery they will ever see in their lives, and unique wildlife that they won't find anywhere else on Earth. But they can also expect extremes in weather conditions. The runners in this race will need to be focused 100% of the time.
It goes through so many different kinds of environment. You've got mountains, you've got forest, you've got lakes. It just culminates everything that is Arctic.
Self-sufficiency and an expedition mindset are at the heart of any spine race event. And that's what Phil is bringing us here with the Arctic Spine Race. Runners who want a chance of being successful in this event will need to be thoroughly prepared, meticulously trained. They will need to be ready for absolutely anything.
It's going to be doable for most people who I will allow to enter, but the mental strain on this is going to be tricky. So it's going to be 80% mental endurance, I would say 20% physical. Most people who come on this race will be from an ultra background, so you'll already have the legs. But there are other skills that you're going to need. We are going to run a small training course before the race, which will cover all these subjects.
This is a spine race event, so there is every intention for the race to look intimidating from the outside. The scale of this event is massive, 293 miles of frozen Arctic terrain. Temperatures below anything most of these runners will ever have experienced in their lives. Weather conditions that will be difficult to prepare for in any other environment. This might be the toughest spine race challenge yet.
The Arctic Spine Race has been a dream of mine, and this is coming true now. And out here planning it in northern Sweden, I'm having the same obstacles that I did when I first started planning the spine in the UK. People were telling me it can't be done. It's too long. You haven't given them enough time. I'm getting exactly the same feedback here in Sweden. That's just making me more determined. This will be one hell of a race, and I don't even know if anyone can finish this.